Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're doing more Vintage Cube draft, and I keep getting unexciting opening packs. So I think I think I'm just gonna take a Burst Lightning pack one, pick one. It's very unexciting, but I'm not a fan of the lands. And there is like a Skyclave apparition, which is pretty good, but I like starting a little bit cheaper. You could take like a Pest Infestation, Emperor Bones, maybe a Sephiroth, or Miscalc if you're feeling like playing blue, but I don't know. This just leaves you, I think, the most open, and then you can be in an aggressive archetype, which I think is the best place to be. This is not very exciting pack, and I could definitely see this really is a choose your own adventure type thing. The next pick is probably like Skyclave. I don't know. It's just not exciting. All right, now we got some options. We've got Stock Up, Grist, Ice Till Explorer as potential options. There's a Cut Down if you wanted to do that. There's Mind Twist. This got us the last time, but I don't think overall it's very good unless you have the ramp to support it. I guess I just take Stock Up. I could be some kind of is it value removal controlled ing deck, which you know me. You know I like that kind of deck. Let's take Stock Up. All right. Oh, Broadside. Well, okay. There wasn't not a lot of thinking in this pack. There's also a River Pyre Verge to go with our start. And there's 3-Minute Specters, Storm Chasers, Talon. There's a lot of good cards in this pack, but Broadside Bombardier is just far and away the best card by a long shot. So yeah, I will go ahead and take that. I like Currency Converter. Maybe I can wheel the River Pyre Verge or something like Time Spiral, Storm Chasers, Stern Scolding, or maybe the sack deck is open and Bombardment or Badlands Wheels. I don't know. We're just gonna take the good card though. All right, now I guess I just stay on the course. There is a Quantum Riddler, which is a pretty good card draw engine to go along with like our Stock Up, but I do value the free interaction pretty highly. So Pyrokinesis is a way that like out of nowhere you can, do the Fury thing and kill like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 things. You can only hit creatures, but it being free is obviously very strong. I think I would take Quantum Riddler if not for this. Voldaren Epicure is okay as well. It can be good with the discard and the sacrifice synergies. But yeah, I'm just going to take the Pyrokinesis. I think I wield the Voldaren Epicure. Maybe the Quantum Riddler. We'll see. Chain Lightning, I mean, again, kind of like a boring pick, but this is a really solid red removal spell. Cheap, deals 3 damage, can go face. So you can close out a game. You can remove an opponent's threat, kill an important combo piece, all that good stuff. All for the low price of a single mana. So love taking a Chain Lightning here. And yeah, we're not really committed to any other colors. Obviously we have the Stock Up, but it's not exactly binding by any stretch. Okay, so now we have Moonshadow, we have Angie's Ravager, and we have a Flame of Anor. So currently I don't have any wizards. Am I just moonshadowing again? I mean, it is pretty good. I can probably make it work. I also like Ren and Six a fair bit, but also Subtlety, but I'm not going to have that many blue cards. This is tough. Flame of Anor is good. Maybe I'm overvaluing the Moonshadow. Maybe I just take the Angie's Ravager. There are a lot of discard synergies. Sure, we can do that. Wow, the hits just keep on not hitting. Okay, I guess I just take Mind Collapse. I did say I prioritize the free spells. This one's not like the best because sacrificing a mountain's a real cost. I still think I snap it up though. Ooh, Deathcreator's Champion. All right, Deathcreator's Champion's a pretty strong threat. you can dash it out for 6 points of damage every turn, or you just play it, you put it on your other thing, you enable a good attack. 2/1 double strike is not terrible as a baseline. Our curve is like way too high at the moment, but it's good. It's good. We're doing okay. All right, what did we wheel? Nothing of note, question mark. I mean, there is a Skyclave apparition, which is probably just like the best card in the pack. There's also a Sephiroth. I would rather just want to be mono red. Like, what do I take? A Mind Stone? I'll take a Skyclave apparition. It's like the highest upside. Sure. I'll take a cut down. Again, I don't think these picks really matter too much. This was just kind of like a weak-ish opening pack. There wasn't anything super powerful pulling me into other colors. I could take Otawara. Maybe I take Otawara. Sure, I'll take that. Okay, River Pyre Verge wheeled, so maybe we could still end up in blue-red. We get some counter spells. Maybe Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. I don't know, stuff like that. You could also take Currency Converter for some discard outlets. But I'd rather open myself up to a potential other color. Maybe red's not the most open. Wheel the Voldaren Epic here, which is nice. Okay. So, Detective's Phoenix. There's also Squee, which is good with the Angie's Ravager, but I think Detective's Phoenix being an actual threat might be a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, not the best opening pack, but certainly has potential. Ooh, Ragavan. Do love me a monkey. Extremely strong 1-drop if you play it on turn 1 and then they don't have an answer for it. It ramps you, steals their cards, does everything you could ever want. There's also a Swords to Plowshares, which that's a very interesting pack 1 pick 1 decision, but I think in the end I would go with the Swords. Right now we're technically not committed to another color, but I would much rather stay just as red as possible for as long as possible. So I think I'll take that. There's also Inquisition, Jite, and that's kind of it. Definitely taking the monkey here. Nice to have a cheap threat. Still need more of those, but there are no shortage of good 1 and 2 mana plays in this color. Not sure on the stock up. I mean, stock up's good. It's just like right now we could just easily be mono red. Maybe we splash blue for like a time walk type thing. Ooh, okay. So there is an Orcish Bowmasters. I think that card is extremely good. We could splash for it. Alternatively, we could just take a Glorybringer or a Discharge. Will Glorybringer wheel? I don't know. We're also kind of hungry for some 2-drops. I'll just grab the Orcish Bowmasters here. We're not giving up too much. I do like the Glorybringer, but the power level gap is very, very high. And this is fine to splash because there's a lot of cards that, draw cards in the cube. So I'll go ahead and take the Bowmasters. Okay, there's Pyroglyph. Pyroglyph is an extremely strong premier red threat, and I'm happy to take it. There is also a Dothy Voidwalker, which is nice. Yeah, I'll just take the Pyroglyph. All right. So there's Mana Drain if we want to be blue-red, but that's really committal, and we're not going to have the fixing for that to play consistently. So instead of countering our opponent's threats, what if I make it so my spells can't be countered? Hexing Sculpture seems good for this type of deck. There is also Unholy Heat, but we have no shortage of removal spells, so I don't think it's necessary. It could wheel, maybe not. I think Sculpture is going to be pretty good. All right, I'm just going to take Robber. Not exciting, but it is just a good red 2-drops, like fine Roadkill Rodney is a new one from Turtles. You can make mutagen tokens. It is a 2-mana 2/1 with Death Touch, which is interesting. Like, it's a good defensive body, but I think I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive. This one comes down, has haste. You just kill him. Well, faster. Ooh, Palace Jailer, easily the strongest card. There is the Wheel of Fortune, so now I can maybe try to do the Wheel of Fortune Bowmasters thing. Other than that, there's Othari, Greater Garganon. I mean, Palace Jailer is by far the best card here. I'll take Wheel of Fortune. Okay. There's a Retrofitter Foundry. Excuse me. Or a Screaming Nemesis, Thundering Falls. I don't think we're necessarily doing the blue-red thing anymore. Yeah, probably not. Stock Up is yet another 3-drop. I have so many of those. I mean, so is Screaming Nemesis, but at least it's red, right? And it kills the opponent. I need some power or something. The hits just, again, they keep on not hitting. I guess I'll take Ledger Shred, or Sheldred's Edict, I guess. Okay, Oliphant on the wheel, not bad. And now I have Pyrokinesis and Oliphant to combo with Detective's Phoenix. So I like that. Glorybringer wheel, let's go. Awesome. I love Glorybringer. Comes down, kills a thing, hits the opponent. Very fun. Very nice. All right. I take Soul Guide Lantern for the sideboard. Sure, that could definitely be relevant. Ooh, Unholy Heat Wield. All right, I'm okay with that. Deck is looking pretty good. I think I'm going to get rid of these blue cards. It's just not going to happen. Unless I open like a Time Walk, in which case I might try to do that. But if it's the choice between, like right now, Time Walk and Lightning Bolt, I'm pretty sure I just take Lightning Bolt. Okay, we could try the new card, Roadkill Rodney. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe. Okay, another blue-red land just in case. And right now, I'm not so convinced on the black splash. I mean, Orcish Bowmasters is very good, but I have literal 0 black fixing, and I will not play this with like 3 swamps in the deck. I just won't. You can't make me. Maybe. I don't know. Depends how bad the rest of the deck is. Because right now, this deck it's fine. It can play cards, but I think it's just lacking that oomph. It's lacking power. It's lacking the really good premier threats, except for like Ragavan. We already have that. So, yeah. Hopefully Pack 3 will save this deck, because it's really close. It's really close. Okay. Oh, perfect. Mana Crypt. Awesome. Exactly what this deck needed. This takes the deck to like a whole nother level, because now my 3-drop slot looks so much more enticing, because now I have the opportunity to play them on turn 1 with Mana Crypt, or I could go like Ragavan plus Roadkill Rodney on turn 1. That's really nice. Like, imagine you're sitting down and you're coming home from work, you just want to play some Cube, and then your opponent goes Mountain, Mana Crypt, smack you with a Screaming Nemesis. I mean, I have a good time with that. I don't know, but all right. Let's see what else we got. We got Arena of Glory, Raucous Theater if we do want to splash, but I hate that it comes in tapped. I'm not a fan of that. And Spyro, Arena of Glory. So there we got some potential wheel options. Even Wasteland I would happily play if my deck ends up Mondo colored. Slamming the Mana Crypt though, 100%. Okay. Now, I mean, there is a Thoughtseize, but like we're kind of past the point where I really care about splashing. I don't have a Blood Crypt or a Badlands or whatever. I'm just gonna take a Generous Plunderer. It's not super exciting, but it is fine. I can also play it on turn 1. Like anything you can play on turn 1, right? It gets so much better, right, in your mind. I'm going to take Generous Plunderer. Okay. Dismember, Blood Crypt, Laelia. Lelia is cool. I could take the Blood Crypt to try to splash. But at the same time, I could just cut Wheel of Fortune and play Lelia instead. I think I like that a little bit better. And I think overall our deck's going to be a little stronger if I just ignore the splash, go straight up monocolored. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Okay. Ancient Tomb. This is almost certain. This is absolutely an Ancient Tomb deck. Again, like our entire 3-drop slot can now be played on turn 1 or 2 a little bit more consistently. Or, you know, turn 1 you can go, I guess we don't have like One Ring, which you can go Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, One Ring, and that's really strong. But you could go turn 2 Pyrogoyf. It's really good. I don't know. There's so many strong lines now in the deck. Slamming the Ancient Tomb. Okay. Karn? Is this a Karn deck? I think so. With the Mana Crypt and the Ancient Tomb, and with a little bit of artifact synergies with the Generous Plunderer. I think I cut Wheel of Fortune here. I think this actually seems like a good way to grind. This is kind of like our One Ring equivalent because we don't have One Ring. The other choice is Evora, which is fine, but given that we have the Mana Crypt and the Ancient Tomb, I want to be able to maximize the chance of broken starts. So turn 1 Karn is pretty good. So I would be happy with that. I am just going to slam it. Okay, Firebolt versus a Fiery Confluence. We have like 3 1-mana removal spells. I'm just going to take the Fiery Confluence. Goes face, 4 mana deal 6. I mean, that's a lot of damage. We're pretty aggressive with this deck, so I like being able to kind of go for that. Is this a Darcy deck? I don't have that many non-creature spells. I have 8, but like, what's the alternative? Taking a Sunbaked Canyon? I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of that. I guess I take the Dragon's Reach Channeler. I have some non-creature spells. All right, nothing really here. If I take the Vengevine, I could potentially do some Anji's Ravager nonsense, but yeah, no. I mean, I'll take it, but okay. So there's a Spyro. Do I just want Spyro instead of Anji's Ravager? I don't really have the synergies to make this amazing. I'm not always dumping my hand. I think the Spyro is going to be a little bit better on average. I like taking it here. You can't play it on turn 1, though, with the Mana Crypt. That's the unfortunate part. All right, we got an Underworld Breach. It doesn't really do anything in our deck. I guess I'll take a Bauble. Okay. I don't think we're getting anything on the wheel. But overall, I think our deck is solid. Oh, I also have an Oliphant. So I'm totally happy playing. I would say happy playing. I could play 15 lands. 15 lands, including Ancient Tomb. Ooh, Anger, last pick. All right. So if I go 14, 15, 16. This could just be the deck. Honestly. The Anji's Ravager might be a little rough, but supposedly we'll be playing our cards fast, and then the Anji's Ravager gets a little better. We have a lot of 3s, and we're not always going to draw Ancient Tomb or Mana Crypt, right? So it gets a little awkward. I could see cutting the Mind Collapse, but I like having it for the Darcy. I don't have that many non-creature spells. Yeah, I think this is fine. Just had 14 mountains. Boom. We got ourselves a deck. See you for the matches. All right, we're here for our first match against Tape Decky. I will go first. See what we got opening hand. It's got a monkey turn 1. It's pretty good. Yeah, the hand's pretty good. One's got Lutri, so it doesn't really tell us too much. All right, we're just going to slam Monkey and then see what happens. If opponent just answers this by playing like a 1-mana creature, we're in great shape. If they answer it with a removal spell, we're not in great shape. Oh my god, that is a Mox Pearl. Okay. Well, oh, Walking Ballista. Gross. All right. Goodbye, Monkey. We tried. Ooh, but I drew a 2-drop. I will play that. Okay, and then next turn, I guess I ramp them because then I can go Deathgreaves Champion, hold up the Unholy Heat. Yeah, I also get to hurt them more. All right, land. I'm just going to go Deathgreaves Champion. We're just going to try to kill them quickly. Hopefully no counterspell. That would suck. But either way, they're going to take like 4 here. If not, they're going to take 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's just a normalize. Well, that was expected. So let's smack. Opponent takes 4 damage. Not bad. 4 more turns of that, and they're dead. Oh boy, I have helped my opponent with the Tolarian Academy. That's funny. Oh, I'm in trouble. What could this be, though? Yeah, Quantum Riddler. I can't kill that. All right. Gosh, do I even give them stuff anymore? Depends what I draw, I guess. Oh, I have to choose now. I mean, I have to kill the opponent, so I guess I do this. It's not great. It's not great. Ooh, Pyrokinesis. Okay, I can kill the Quantum Riddler at least. Play land. Attack. You take 4 again. All right. Opponent has a lot of mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, sure. I'll take this damage. This Generous Plunder may go all the way. We'll see. I also have Chain Lightning for face potentially. At this point, I don't know if giving my opponent a ton of mana is good, but it's the best I got. I mean, do you even have anything here? Are you going to let me attack? No, you're not. Unfortunate. Aang's Iceberg. Oh, gross. Goodbye, Generous Plunderer. Now, am I supposed to Pyrokinesis this and then Unholy Heat in order to get a card with a robber? I don't hate it. Okay, Quiddler down. I have no cards. I hit... Ooh, Trinket Mage. I don't really have anything that I can grab. Yeah, I don't... Do I have anything? I need to check the deck list again. Oh, boy. All right. What do we got? What do we got in here? Do we have anything? Oh, yeah, I have the Mana Crypt, which is interesting. I don't think I want that, although it is a threat. Like, the Trinket Mage is just a threat. So maybe that was a mistake. I think I was supposed to try to get it. I mean, I'm sure my opponent's just going to play something big and nasty and scary right now, and it's going to invalidate my board. Ugh, it's a fairy. Gross. What are you going to do? Bounce Robber? I could see that. Nope. I'm just going to draw a card. All right. Big draw. Ooh, Hexing Squelcher. Not bad. Okay. Let's just attack them. Ooh, Staff of the Storyteller. Okay. This is good. We're cooking now. And I get to play around counter spells. All right, so we'll go do this. And then I guess I draw a card? I can always wait on that. I should do it now. Draw a card. Mountain. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to play this. Can't be countered. Yes. I will grab the Mana Crypt. I will not play it, though. It doesn't really do anything. This Robber the Rich has done a lot of work. And the fact that all my spells can't be countered is really nice. Hexing Squall. And now if they want to answer my board, they have to deal themselves some damage. Okay, Ledger Shredder is annoying for sure. Opponent still doesn't have a crazy payoff, it seems. Can Teferi... What's Teferi going to do? Just draw a card, I assume? Okay, opponent played Divining Top, and they're just spinning the top, so it seems like my opponent doesn't have the best cards or draw. Although they get to look at 3 and ponder. Okay, so they're just digging. I don't know if they have anything. Okay, and they did shuffle the deck, so they didn't like what they saw. So they get another look with the top. Okay, they're going to draw. That's not great. What do we got? What are we doing? Urza. Oh, boy. That's a huge construct. Okay. If you want, you could tap the construct and you could attempt to play a spell for free, but like, I don't know. You don't have to do that. Okay. I have outs here. I have outs. Come on, big draw. Detective's Phoenix. That's pretty good. And I can collect evidence and put it on the... I guess the robber? Yeah, I'll do that. So cast with Bestow onto the robber. I guess I play the Mana Crypt so I can get the robber trigger. The problem is that's going to trigger the Ledger Shredder, but I don't think I can afford to... Like, I need to try to get some card advantage here. Opponent also just has an absurd amount of mana, but... Ooh, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Mana Drain. You know you can't counter it. Oh, but they do get to add a lot of mana. Okay. So now... There's more cards. So now it's impossible for me to draw off the robber. So I'm just going to go to combat. And then he's going to spin the Urza top. What do you got? Forest. All right. Let's just smack for 4 here. I got to ignore Teferi. I just got to go after them. Are they going to block? Yes. Okay. Makes reasonable sense. All right. Opponent gets 1 billion mana, and by 1 billion I mean 3. So I imagine we're going to see several activations of Urza here. Also, opponent's getting very close to the Teferi. Oh my god. Okay, opponent's just churning for something here. I do not know what they get. 2 bottom. Okay, is their deck just bad? Like, I don't understand. You've gone through like almost your entire deck and you have all the mana in the world. Oh, it's a Parallax Wave. Okay. Okay, it's not the end of the world yet. Okay, now it might be the end of the world. That is a palace jailer. Yikes. Okay, and now it's just incredibly unlikely that I get the city or the monarchy back. This is so rough. This is just game 1, right? Yeah, I think so. So opponent can opponent can spin the top again, or spin the Urza again if they want, which it looks like that's what's happening. They're gonna tap the Chrome Mox here, and then they're gonna Urza. Yep. Okay, what do you got? What's Urza gonna spin this time? Spell Pierce. Okay, that doesn't do anything. This Parallax Wave is very annoying, and I don't like it. They do not attack. You have the Parallax Wave. What are you doing? What is going on? I have outs. I could still just draw Fiery Confluence. Oh, God. Terrible. Play this. Attempt to go to combat, and then they always eat my Robber the Rich with Parallax Wave here. Yup. Okay. You have to eat Detective's Phoenix here. You have to eat Detective's Phoenix. Whoa, Boseiju? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this is so rough. And then they just exile this. Yep. Alright. I think we die here, unfortunately. But it's like a slow, painful death. Right. I'm not dead this turn. I still win with a top deck Fiery Confluence, assuming my opponent doesn't have a counter spell. So does my opponent know they could put Lutri in hand? I think they forgot about it. That's fair. Oh boy, here comes the Divining Top. They just need to find ways to ensure that they don't die. Are they trying to cast their deck? I think that's what's happening here. Why do I feel like I'm close? I feel like I'm close here. Opponent is whiffing on their Urza. It's kind of like the experience that I've gotten when Urza happens. Okay. I need big draw immediately. It has to be like Fiery Confluence right now. The problem is it's very likely it could be a land. Yeah. Ugh. All right. Unfortunate. We'll settle things in the next game. All right. Opponent's got a lot of artifacts. And I don't really have much more artifact hate than what I already have in here. All right. We'll run it back for game 2. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I will keep. It's got the Ancient Tomb, so we can go turn 2 Broadside Bombardiers. Would have been even better if I had a Ragavan on turn 1, but that's okay. This Fiery Confluence is hopefully going to do a lot of work. Okay, Angie's Ravager. So, I don't think they have a counterspell for this. They have a counterspell for that. Alright, did not see the Stern Scolding coming. So, unfortunately, I guess this Hexing Squelcher would have just been a better play. At least I could do that next turn. Okay, they're just warping a Riddler. That's not a big deal. Alright. Land is good. Land is good. I kind of just want to... It's not mana efficient, but I kind of just want to go Hexing Squelcher here. Ensure that my other plays resolve. If I draw a land, if I draw a mountain, I can go Spyro and Angie's Ravager, which would be pretty nice, although I'm probably just going to Fiery Confluence this turn. and try to deal a lot of damage. Like, I really want my opponent to play another artifact. Okay, that's an artifact. Okay, this is going to be pretty good for me. Okay, Detective's Phoenix, not bad as well. Pretty good with the Spyro. But I'm definitely just going to do this. I think, yeah, 1 damage to each creature, and then destroy 2 artifacts. This is going to be a big hit. All right. Very good. Ideal draw next turn would be Mountain. Please. Mountain. Mana Crypt. That's okay too. 2, 4, 5, 6. I could just go double 3-drop. Yeah, that seems really good. Sure. So we'll go Mana Crypt. I could... Oh, wait a minute. I could go Detective's Phoenix. Oh, I could give this guy haste. So then I can discard hand, draw 3. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So we'll go Angie's, and then we'll go Bestow onto Angie's, just to try to push a little bit more damage. And then go to combat, attack, discard my hand and draw 3. There's a Burst Lightning. Okay, and then I have 2, 4, 5, 6, so I could go Lelia, Deathgreeter's Champion. Oh, they just can't beat this. They can't beat the Squelchy. They just can't beat the Squelcher. All right, Squelcher OP for sure against, counterspell decks. All right, I don't really have other sideboarding choices. I'm just going to run it back. So hopefully our hand has like 2 lands and a Hexing Squelcher. I think would be very solid. No Hexing Squelcher, but this is just a solid curve. Go Darcy, Generous Plunder into Pyrogoyf potentially. Ooh, Broadside. All right, go ahead, start scolding me. Yep, you got it. Okay. That's okay. That was expected. I'd rather the Generous Plunders resolve more anyway. Honestly, ideal draw, Hexing Squelcher. Boom. It's not Hexing Squelcher. All right, go ahead. Normalize this. Oh. Okay. Not bad. Now the question is, do I ramp my opponent? And now I definitely do not ramp the opponent. So no. All right, Mountain. Yeah, I mean, we're jamming into more counterspells, but they didn't have a counterspell last time. Yeah, let's just smack them. They take 4. I could potentially do 4 more, but that's not super worth. If I can just go like Pyrogoyf. Is that lethal next turn? I hit for 4, 5, 6. They go to 10, and then I could fire this at their face. Yeah, all right. So there's an argument to doing that, but because then I can go Chain Lightning. That could be lethal this turn if I do this. But I like the idea of one of their lands being, a literal blank piece of cardboard for the moment. I don't think I do it yet. Voldaren Epicure. Okay, solid. So we'll go land. Let's just hit them first. Could have played a Voldaren Epicure there, actually. Okay. Let's play Voldaren Epicure. Okay, ping opponent. I'm going to throw the Voldaren Epicure at their face. And then I could just Chain Lightning them. I don't hate that. I'm going to just Chain Lightning them now while the shields are seemingly down from the opponent. This could be like a Spell Pierce or something. But like Mana Drain's not available. Ooh, Aang? I mean, like, sure. I don't really care. Airbend it. All right, I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to do it on their face. because now I had the broadside bombardiers to like potentially lethal them out of nowhere. They also don't know about Oliphant, which could be relevant. Okay, opponent needs to do something crazy here. All right, fair enough. That is totally reasonable. What other moves do you have? Can you get rid of the Generous Plunderer? Okay, that's just a walking ballista, not a big deal. We can use the Tolarian Academy. So, okay, here's the move. We will give them a treasure. It's tapped though. Okay, I draw land. So let's just I guess I could blood away the mountain first. Glorybringer, not bad. All right, let's go to combat. They're forced to double block or they die? I think they double block here always. Yeah. Okay, we'll kill the walking ballista. I guess we'll do it like this. Okay. And now it's possible that they can have a 1-mana counterspell, but it seems doubtful. Have I played a land drop for turn yet? If not, I don't think so, right? Yeah, I have not played a land, so I am just going to mountain cycle this, grab a mountain, play the mountain, and then go for it. Hopefully no counterspell here. That would be really unfortunate if they had something. If not, oh my god, what do you have for a single mana? Specifically, it's not too nice. Okay, they probably had like a mana drain. Oh, I did not think I was going to win that match after that first game, but we got there. All right, on to the next. All right, we're playing against Shucklack, and I will go first. Hand looks great. It's got a monkey. Keep. No spells to trigger the Darcy, but you know we'll find them hopefully. I know there's not that many in the deck, but I mean, look, we go Ragavan, Robber, Screaming Nemesis, and then Angie's Ravager once we run out of gas, and then we refuel. Seems pretty good to me. Opponent's thinking about their 7. Oh, they mulled a 6. Okay. So hopefully no turn 1 answer to a monkey. And then just play like a Surveil land and pass. And then I get to go, yeah, Ragavan into Robber. That's a really strong curve out. Okay. Opponent kept 6. All right, start with the monkey. Let's see what opponent can do here. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Hopefully no fatal push, no lightning bolt, no discharge. Just good old land go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Ooh, Generous Plunderer versus Robber of the Rich. I think they're gonna have a lot of artifacts. I guess I could attack first and see what we hit. All right, let's attack first. I think I'm going to play the Generous Plunderer here. Okay, we hit, Kappa Cannoneer. That's a good card. All right, I'm just going to play Generous Plunderer. And then I can ramp myself. So if I draw a land specifically, I get to go Robber plus Screaming Nemesis and attack them for like 1 billion. And by 1 billion, I mean 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's quite a lot of damage. All right, so I think I do just go ahead and give them the treasure token here. I know they're like an artifact deck, but I think this is going to hurt them more than it hurts me. Oh my god, we hit the land. That is really good. That is really nice. All right. I want the Nemesis to resolve more, so I will play it first. Okay. And I'm still going to play out the Robber of the Rich. Okay, is this all just going to work? Oh my goodness. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. All right, let's stack it this way, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're going to take a lot of damage. And then off the top, we see a River Pyre Verge. Okay, they're just going to make a... Yeah, they make a servo. They block the Ragavan. That is expected, but they still take quite a lot of damage. And now, if they can't kill the Robber of the Rich... Or, sorry, if they can't kill the Generous Plunderer, we're looking in pretty good shape. This is just a lot of damage. Very fast. What the heck? Why do I keep playing against the Tolarian Academy opponents with my Generous Plunderer? Okay, well, that could be concerning. But I don't know. I have a lot of hasty big damage. So we'll see. I keep drawing quote unquote drawing cards with the Robber of the Rich as well. Okay, opponent made servo, I guess, to make the Tolarian Academy tap for 3 mana. All right, Talisman. They have to kill the Generous Plunderer here. Okay, what is this? Toxic Deluge? That would be annoying. Oh, Kolaghan's Command. Okay, sure. I'll discard Dragon's Rage Channeler. Roadkill, Rodney, not amazing. All right, I will attack first because they do have more cards in hand than me. Let's see what we hit. Psychic Frog. Ooh, that's cool. Can I just play that? Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna play the Angie's Ravager, but the man, Psychic Frog is very tempting. I think I actually will play the Frog because next turn I can discard Angie's Ravager to it and cast it for cheaper. I can make this into a flying threat. And yeah, this is like lethal by itself, so they have to turn this specifically into the 1/1, which it's not hard for them to do or anything, but then you still have to deal with the Screaming Nemesis, so I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Question mark? Like, they need to make flying blocker and they just need to do a lot of things. I don't really see, with 2 cards in hand and their current board state, how they can possibly get back into this. Ooh, Glorybringer. All right. So I'm gonna exile 3. 1, 2, 3. Discard a Glorybringer. I don't think I care about this Roadkill Rodney. And I just want to get to less cards in hand than opponent so I can trigger the Robber of the Rich. In case I would rather play that card than the Angie's Ravager. All right, swing with everything. Let's trigger Robber. We see the following card as an option. It is a J-Rod 1-5 wins. Nice. I guess we will not find out. Okay, that was pretty good. I mean, we just had like an extremely strong start. And we didn't even need Mana Crypt for it either. Okay, I don't think I have any sideboard. I think we just run it back and hope to draw like Fiery Confluence in our opening hand. Okay, this hand is slightly weaker, but I do like the curve out of Spyro, discard Phoenix. I guess I can keep. The Darcy is not great here. I just don't have that. It's not that great in the deck, to be honest. I don't have that many ways to trigger it. This is definitely a weaker start than the last time. Okay, now it got a lot better because we drew the Plunderer. All right, we will play the Dragon's Rage Channeler. We'll bait the opponent's Fatal Push, because I'd much rather them Fatal Push this Darcy than my Generous Plunderer. Nope, no push. Okay. Well, little does my opponent know I have just a 1-mana 1/1 essentially. All right, big draw. Screaming Nemesis. Okay, not terrible. Just going to play Generous Plunderer. Smack for 1. Unfortunately, this Urza Saga is gonna do a lot of work. All right, Retrofitter Foundry from opponent. So they can make a 3/3. It's not that bad. So the problem is if I give them the thing. Okay, wait. If I give them the thing, they can make a 4/4. But what I could do is I can go land and then Spyro, discard Detective's Phoenix Glorybringer. Oh, that's not enough because this requires collecting evidence 6. I think I do not, in that case, give my opponent the treasure. All right. Let's just go for the Screaming Nemesis and swing out. Oh, not with the Darcy. I'm not going to swing out with Darcy. I could swing out with Darcy. That's a potential. Because it could lead into a strong play of... Oh, K commands. All right, I'll discard the Phoenix. All right, I'm okay with this. Yeah, that prevented quite a lot of damage, but at least they didn't make a construct. Okay, so now opponent's going to decide if they want to make a construct. It's going to be like a 3/3/4/4. It's going to be pretty big. All right, are in fact making a construct. But then what do you get? Okay, currency converter. So we got a construct here that's a 4/4. Psychic Frog is annoying, and I don't like that. Let's see. Whenever you discard a card... Okay, I see the problem here. I can't Glorybringer. Let's go land. So they can discard cards to Frog and then immediately make bodies or the treasures, which grows the construct. Yeah, we're actually in a little bit of a dicey situation here. Broadside Bombardiers does quite a lot of work, though. It could just be like... I could maybe ignore these and then just go Spyro. Spyro, discard them, get some bodies, draw some cards. Then it's... Oh, wait. Then I can go Detective's Phoenix. All right, sure. I'm convinced. So we'll go Spyro here. Discard these. Mind Collapse. Ooh, that's nice. That's really good. So, yeah, I think I want to do that on the Psychic Frog. Yeah, I think the Psychic Frog. So, sack a mountain, deal 5 to the Psychic Frog, trigger Darcy. And now, technically, I'm delirious, although I'm about to escape or bestow using the Detective's Phoenix most likely. So I might not do it. We'll see. Yep, bin that land. Okay, so now are they going to discard just to use the currency converter? That's the question. Answer might be no. Okay, they're going to discard VV. So they cannot save it. Okay. So do I want to... What do I want to do? Do I want a Detective's Phoenix? I would have to get rid of... of delirium. So instead of 6 damage, I could potentially push 7. It's only 7 damage. I don't think it's that worth it, to be honest. Yeah, I think I just attack with both of these. Okay. Yeah, you block Screaming Nemesis. Screaming Nemesis will die. But at this point, I am just going to deal 4 damage to your face. Also, you can't gain life anymore for the rest of the game, which is definitely relevant. I'm going to hold back. Okay, so you get a 2/2 here. That's fine. See if I can draw something. Best draw, probably like Angie's Ravager, because then I get to go Angie's Ravager, haste it out, draw 3 cards. That would be good. Otherwise, I've just got this Darcy, so I don't really have to do anything else. Technically, if I go Spyro, or if I detect this Phoenix onto the Spyro, that's an extra 4 damage. Could definitely increase the clock. Oh, are they dead? They can make a 1/1, so they're not dead, unfortunately. But now I think as a result of this, I am just gonna smack opponent. No. I was supposed to Chain Lightning their face now, because then I might have been able to surveil. Oh, and then I get the sorcery. Yeah, that was just a mistake. I think it missed lethal. Darn. Yeah, because I don't have a sorcery in the graveyard right now, so I'd have 5 card types, and then by getting rid of enchantment, therefore, I don't get rid of delirium. So, yeah, unfortunate. I gave my opponent an extra turn. Yikes. I mean, I should be fine. They need a lot to go right here for them. Vamp Tutor. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, you can't gain life, so I don't really see what gets you out of this. You don't have enough mana for Upheaval. And even so, I can beat Upheaval. I literally just go land Chain Lightning, and that's lethal. So, yeah. So despite my punt, I'm not convinced my opponent can win this game. So they're just deciding on their Vamp Tutor. All right. It looks like opponent went Vamp Tutor for Tolarian Academy, which it's just not good enough. We're just going to Chain Lightning their face. We're not going to play with our food too much. Because the idea is that they get infinite mana. Not infinite, but like a ton of mana, and they're able to retrofit or foundry, make a bunch of bodies, and that's the only conceivable way they can come back. But like, it's just not good enough. All right, on to the finals. All right, we're playing against Fenna here in the finals, and we get to go first. So we have a good opening hand. I mean, okay, it's Monkey, turn 1, with a removal spell backup, but if this Monkey gets answered, I just lose. I think I can do better. Like, Monkey's very strong, but I mean, yeah, this is way more consistent, so I'm going to keep this. I think I just put back a land. I can always blood to try to find another one. Just get to start off with a Voldaren Epicure. It's not a monkey. Certainly not a monkey, but it is the closest thing in my heart. Unfortunately, it's not actually that good. Yeah, this card's a lot better when you have Gut True Soul Zealot, which I don't have. But Broadside Bombardiers, it's still fine. All right, let's see if I'm paid off for my decision. Maybe they hold up like a Burst Lightning or something, and then I'm feeling smart that I didn't keep the hand that was just all in on Ragavan. Yeah, that looks like a removal color to me. Ooh, I drew land 3, never punished. So let's just play land and smack opponent. I'm gonna keep the blood. I'm not gonna crack it because I like all of my cards. And then also we're trying to find something like Angie's or the Detective's Phoenix, something that gives me value. Okay, they surveil the card on top. It's not great. Mox Diamond. Okay. So we're going to play some kind of 3-drop here, perhaps. Okay, Copperline Gorge discarded, so there's some sort of Jun pile. Hopefully this is something that gets killed by... Ooh, Squee. Okay. Well, I'm not going to Burst Lightning that. Alright, so they got some synergies here. Ooh, Fiery Confluence. That's pretty good. I'm just going to go Screaming Nemesis and attack with it only. So now they just have an infinite chump blocker, which is kind of annoying. Imagine they block here. Or maybe they care about gaining life, and so they don't block, but they take 3 damage and they go to 14 instead. Tough call. Up to you, opponent. Next turn, if I draw a land, we can go Fiery Confluence, blow up the Mox Diamond, and that's going to be huge. Ooh, and I can deal 1 damage to all creatures, which specifically pings the Screaming Nemesis, and then my opponent takes 1, and then they can't gain life. They didn't block here, so it could be that they want to use the body as a sacrifice thing, but I don't know. They played a 3-mana 1/1. Like, I feel like this is better when you discard it for synergies. Just playing it out as a body is not great unless you can utilize it, and so far my opponent is not utilizing it. Okay, I'm just gonna hope for a land drop next turn. Ugh, Broadside Bombardiers. Okay. Yeah, I'll take damage. I imagine they throw the... I think they throw the Squee at the Screaming Nemesis? But then they take 5? Okay. Yeah, I think I actually deal it to their face. Because I have so much burn in my hand. Like, now I'm just going to win off of burn damage. Go to 8, and then I can Chain Lightning them. Glorybringer. Okay, let's blood that away. See if we can draw something. Nice. Land. Okay, so they're very dead next turn. Ooh, this is a good combo. You can get Squee back every turn. Attack. It's guaranteed extra 5 points of damage every turn. That is cool. That is definitely cool. I am going to Chain Lightning them now. Okay, so that way they can't replicate or whatever. Okay, now they go to 4. They are very dead to both Burst Lightning and Fiery Confluence. Perhaps both. Okay, Bloodghast. Alright, opponent's got some cool stuff. So, we'll see if opponent can kill me. To be on the safe side, I might just want to... Okay, they play land. Here comes the Bloodghast, but it's not, you know, hasty. I'll take damage here. I don't see a way that I die here. They're shooting the... Well, they're on Epic here. Okay, so play around Lightning Bolt, I suppose. Totally fine with that. Okay, Currency Converter. Alright. Hopefully opponent... Well, opponent can't even gain life, so they're not in the counterspell colors. This has to just be lethal. Alright. Deal 6 damage to the opponent right now. And that should just be lethal. Like, I don't see how they get there. Okay. Okay, I think we got a little lucky there. Opponent has a really cool engine with the broadside bombardiers, but luckily I have a lot of removal spells that can take care of the broadside bombardiers. So that is nice. I don't really have anything I want to bring in. I guess Soul Guide Lantern, because it stops Squee, is potentially something I want to do. Maybe I just get rid of Karn. Karn seems like it's going to be a little slow in the matchup, because if my opponent gets a quick broadside bombardiers out on the play, I could be in trouble. So at least the Soul Guide Lantern can deal with the, not Nethergoyf, what's it called? The Bloodghast and the Squee, which seem to be important to my opponent's game plan. So, yeah. Yeah, this hand's pretty broken. I like that. I like this a lot, actually. So I can smooth out my opening draw. There's a lot of options I can do. I can go turn 1 broadside. I can go turn 1 Nemi. I could go turn 1 Darcy, Mana Crypt, Soul Guide Lantern. So many options. Okay, that is a Sylvan Safekeeper. Ooh, perfect. Wait, I think this is going to be the move. I think we're going to go Darcy and then Mana Crypt, Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, so we're going to go Darcy and then also Cyclone Oliphant. That's also the goal here. Go Mana Crypt, Trigger Surveil, Burst Lightning. I'll bin that. Like, I think I'm always just going to cycle Oliphant, so I'm going to do that now. So cycle Oliphant, 2 card types, land, and then cast a Soul Guide Lantern. Robber of the Rich. 2, 3, 4. Honestly, I don't think I need it. Okay, unfortunately, I do have to exile a card from graveyard, so I'll get rid of the Robber. Okay, and then I pass a turn. So now, next turn, I'll have 4 mana available, so I could go Unholy Heat plus Broadside Bombardiers. Let's see what you got. Dark Confidant. I'm totally fine with that. Not a problem at all. Like, are you going to sack a land to save your Dark Confidant and then take a lot of damage? All right. Okay, won the flip. Nice. All right, let's start off with a Unholy Heat on the Dark Confidant. Trigger Surveil. I have... Okay, I cannot get Delirium here, but that's okay. Honestly, I might just go Broadside Bombardiers and then go, like, throw an SGL at something. This is so funny. This is a really silly game. Mana Crypt is just kind of dumb. Ooh, Lelia. I mean, if I just slam... Yeah, if I just slam a bunch of bombs every turn, like, what can they do? Wow, they're going to give it Shroud until end of turn. That's kind of crazy, man. All right. Well, in that case, I'm just going to go Screaming Nemesis, I think, and then attack with it. So they really care about this Dark Confidant. I'm wondering what their payoff is. Do they have like a very cheap mana way to win the game? Maybe they have the Witherbloom Apprentice, Chain of Smog combo or something of that nature, in which case I need to try to kill them very quickly. Otherwise that combo can just kill me, but they sacked land. I don't know. Like, what are they going to do? Yeah, what? You Okay. So you lost your whole board and a land. I just think I'm in such a great position here. Okay. Okay, we'll deal 3 damage to opponent. And now I'm just going to pass. I have SGL up for nonsense, but I don't foresee any problems. Ooh, survival of the fittest. I mean, opponent's deck is pretty cool. I mean, that is really good with Squee, but it might just be a little too late. Okay. Say yes. Heads. All right, I did lose the flip, but that's okay. All right, let's go Lelia. I don't see what else you can do here. All right, attack with both. Trigger Lelia. We see Glorybringer. Okay, can't play that. All right, we'll land go. Next turn, we just play Broadside Bombardiers and do disgusting things. Like, I can deal so much damage next turn. But we'll see what opponent's survival of the fittest is doing. I just don't see a way my opponent can win from this position. 6. All right, 6 is pretty good for sure. All right, big draw. Heads, another mountain. All right, let's go for a broadside. And now I can just attack, not with the Darcy, unfortunately. No guarantees we'll get the Delirium. Ooh, Generous Plunderer. All right. Let's see, 6 plus 5. You're forced to block here, or else you die. Oh. Oh, wow. I could just throw the Mana Crypt at their face. I think I'm okay with that. Do I care about 6? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just going to throw this at their face. Yeah, okay. I think opponent saw the writing on the wall. All right, got the trophy. Very, very nice. Let's take a quick look at the deck before we sign off. Yeah, it's just mono red. I mean, during the draft, it looked like we might have been black with the Orcish Bowmasters, but in the end, just 14 mountains, an Ancient Tomb, and a Mana Crypt gets the job done. And we had a lot of really good. I mean, we had some synergies with like the Angie's Ravager, a couple discard outlets. But really, a couple stars of the show. I mean, Fiery Confluence and Oliphant just to fill the graveyard for Detectives Phoenix. We got to do some Detectives Phoenix nonsense. Pyrokinesis, I think I cast once. Never saw the Roadkill Rodney. I'm sure it would have been bad, but that's okay. And I just had a lot of 3-drops, but I was able to play them on turn 1 and 2 pretty consistently with the Mana Crypt and the Ancient Tomb, which ended up being very good. And yeah, I mean, I love me some mono red, so very, very happy I got to draft this wonderful deck and trophy with it. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and have a good one. See you next time.